Hi everybody, this is Chipp from Willow Blue Vintage, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this layered tag using some of the templates from a recent bundle which is called Envelope Pocket Templates. So the bundle has, I think it's 15 different templates for different sizes and shapes of pockets that you can put into your journals. I decided to use 3 of them and layer them on top of each other, and then just put some bits of ephemera into them to create this really cute little tag. So first of all, the prints. So I've used 3 of the pocket templates from the bundle that's called Envelope Pocket Templates, and just laid them out all onto one sheet of A4 so that I could print them all in one go. And then I've chosen a few different prints that are going to be used for the individual pockets. So for this small one, I've got this one, which is from, I just put the word French into the images and searched, and then came across this lovely image. And I printed 2 side by side. And then I've got this one from the Tattered Paper Treasures bundle. And this one, which is also from Tattered Paper Treasures. And on all of them, I printed a fox paper from the vintage papery, just so that I've got something on the reverse of each page. Okay, so that's the printed parts. So the other things that you'll need, normal crafting things, so some scissors, glue stick, we're using some sari silk for the tie for the tag, and also the band that's going around the middle, but you could use any sort of ribbon at all that you like for that. I've got my hole punch, and I've got some distressing and an applicator, and I used some double-sided sticky tape as well. This is a really narrow one, but you could use any standard size and just cut small slithers from it. And then the other thing is whatever sort of ephemera you want to put into the pockets. So I used some original ephemera, an old photograph, a cigarette card of some flowers, and a piece of a handwritten letter. If you don't have any original ephemera, you could have a really nice look through the Graphics Fairy premium site and just have a look through some of the ephemera bundles and maybe print some things out from there. So I've started by just cutting the templates out, and I'm going to select each one and lay them on top of my prints so that I can then cut the prints out using the templates. So my 3 are in size order. So my largest one, my middle, and then my smallest. So the largest one is going to be cut out on this print, and I printed this onto a slightly heavier paper. It's about the weight of photograph paper. So I'm going to lay these out on top of my prints and then just go ahead and cut out following the templates. I'm just sort of choosing which bit of pattern I want to be showing on the main part. So if you look at your template, you can see which is going to be the front part. So just give a bit of thought whether you want it dead centre on a pattern or you want it a little bit more random. Now if you want to, you can obviously draw around your template. I'm just going to hold it in place and cut around it. Okay, so that's the first one. And then whilst I've got it with the template, I'm just going to fold them both so that I can use the lines on the template to show where all the folds need to be. And then once you've done all your folds, you can take the template away. Okay, so that's ready to glue. I'm just going to put that to one side whilst I do the other templates. Okay, so each of them, I've now copied the template and just gone along the fold lines on each of my printed pieces. So now that they're all cut out and got the various folds in place, I'm just going to use my Pritt stick, my glue stick, and run some glue along the tabs. So just to show how the envelopes work, the folded bits are going to fold to the inside, and then we glue on the top of the tabs, and that presses onto the piece of paper opposite it to make the envelope. So I'm just being careful to make sure it only goes on the tab and not on the paper underneath. And then pressing that closed. It'd be a good idea to leave that under a book or something just to hold it closed. I've got an iron there, I'll just stick it under there for now. It's not a hot iron, as you can see, it's switched off. It's just the tip's heavy enough. This one, I've decided I'm going to cut the top of that tab off so that it just kind of peeps open rather than having a closure. And then I'm just going to use some distressing just to go around the edges and just to make them look a little bit more aged. And you'll notice that on this large tag, I didn't follow the fold line for the top of the tab because that's going to be our tag rather than the top of an envelope. So I didn't want that folded down. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just put my pieces of ephemera into each of the pockets. So I've already folded my photograph so that it fits into the largest pocket. And I'm going to leave as much poking out as I can, but still allow space for the hole to be punched in there. And then I've got this lovely old cigarette card, some flowers. That's just going to poke into the middle-sized card. And my piece of handwritten text that's going into the smallest one. Okay, so now we need to just arrange these. So I want to make sure that I still see enough of the print of the bottom envelope, and I want to kind of layer them so that you get a really nice sort of intriguing peep of what's behind. And I like these angles coming off rather than just being sort of flat on top of each other like that. I think doing it at an angle allows you to see more of what's underneath. So just kind of play around with the composition a little bit until you're happy with the positioning. And then I'm just going to use some double-sided sticky tape and put it on the back of my envelopes to stick them down. Okay, so I'm happy with how they're all layered up. So then I'm going to take piece of my sari silk and just make the little kind of binding that's going around the front that sort of looks as if it's holding them all in place. So if I just loosely tie that, check the position of it. And then once you're happy with the position, we're going to turn it over and again just use a bit of the double-sided tape to stick that ribbon in place. Don't use a huge amount of this. Okay, so that's holding the ribbon in place at the back. And then I'm just going to do the same at the front. And just sort of fiddle about until you're happy with the position of your ribbon. Okay, so that's looking really nice. So the final thing that I'm going to do now is put my hole into the top of the tag. Now if you want to put an eyelet in, you can. I'm not going to on this one, I'm just going to put the ribbon through it. And there we have it. Really pretty layered envelope pocket tag. I hope you enjoyed watching that and I hope you enjoy making one. Thank you.